says it's this gospel which you're saved, and if you keep into it, you're saved. And he says, what is that gospel? It's the death of Jesus, the burial of Jesus, and the resurrection of Jesus. So the death, burial, and resurrection is the gospel. Now those people in Acts 2, those Jews that had known the law of Moses, did they know the gospel before Peter preached it? So they had to learn something new that day, right? To learn what the gospel was. And of course they had to learn how to obey it. What's another question someone could ask that they might ask, well, if I don't know enough, or what's another thing that would make it hard for me to become a Christian or make it to where I couldn't? And a lot of people simply think, if I don't know enough Bible, then maybe I can't become a Christian. Well, it's true that you don't have to know the whole Bible, but you do have to know a few things. And one of them is the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus, right? And you have to believe that to be true. But in Acts 2, these Jews, they knew some things, so maybe that's not fair for us. So let's turn over to Acts chapter 10. In Acts chapter 10, we have an example of some people who were not Jews. They were Gentiles. And this is Cornelius and his household. Now, Cornelius served in what army? What army did Cornelius serve in? Did you say Roman?
Yeah.
Yep, very good. The Roman army. So he's not a Jew, he's a Roman. He's a Roman soldier. And how many sermons did it take for Cornelius to obey the gospel? Did Peter go and visit with Cornelius and study with him for 16 weeks straight before he obeyed? No, he goes and preaches one sermon to him, and he obeys that day. Well, here's an example, but wait a minute, there were some miracles that happened in Cornelius' house, right? Didn't the Holy Spirit come on Cornelius before Peter was even finished preaching? And Cornelius and his family started speaking in other languages, and remember there was angels involved with bringing Peter there, and there was a lot of miraculous events around Cornelius, so maybe that's not the best example for us either. So let's turn over to Acts 17. In Acts 17, now this is an example where Paul now is preaching, and Paul goes to the city of Athens in Greece, and the people he's going to be talking to in Acts 17 they're not Jews, so they're not familiar with God and the Old Covenant. As far as I know, nothing miraculous is taking place at this meeting that he's at. But he goes to a city that's full of pagans, and that means they worship false gods.